JP here. This is WWF MicroLeague Wrestling by MicroLeague and Subway Software. Um, this one was apparently cracked by somebody. This was released for the it was released for a number of computers in 87, 88, or 89. It depends. I played it on the Commodore 128. It was obviously the 64 is still the most popular and well known. You get past that screen. It takes a little while, but then that was my cat. There comes the original title screen, and it's the WWF logo, 1987, MicroLeague Sports, and that is the WWF theme song at that time. These are not great sounds, not great music on the Commodore, so it's pretty tinny and a little irritating, kind of primitive. These are trained athletes. Don't use pile drivers on your friends. Use the computer instead. And there's the credits, Subway Software, MicroLeague Sports. And then here's the main options screen. To continue, let's go back to the option menu. And you can choose either Hogan or Savage. On this disc, the games usually came with two discs, or rather one disc, two sides. Side one on this one, on the first edition of MicroLeague Wrestling, was Hulk Hogan versus Randy Savage. On the other side, you had Paul Orndorff versus Hulk Hogan. Now, Paul Orndorff is my favorite wrestler, so I used him the most. Because I just liked his moves. He had the pile driver and just awesome. This is an emulator, and for some reason it won't, although I have the files, it won't find them. So I can't use Paul Orndorff, so I'll be using Savage, or Hogan and Savage. The Make New Selections lets you go back a screen, the F1 down at the bottom. Start new match. I don't get, because that's what we're doing anyway. It went ahead and auto started a demo, and you can see the interview with Mean Gene Okerlund and Hulk Hogan. There's Hogan's interview text. It looks about right. Looks like the WWF writers may have had a hand in it. It's not terribly remarkable. Posing and posturing. Mean Gene Okerlund is just paying rapt attention to the whole thing. Pretty much plays the straight man like interviewers do. Hogan gets his last word in. I thought at one time Randy Savage, the opponent, man, he looks weird there. I thought the opponent would get to have their update interview also. Oh, there it is. There's Randy Savage. Oh, yeah. And so they both get an interview before the match, which is, I think, at the time that I played this, when I first started playing this, I hadn't seen a wrestling game before. I hadn't seen a wrestling simulator, so this was really awesome. And still, I think it adds a lot to the atmosphere of having a pre-match interview. Now, the new games, they have things like that, and they have ring entrances and things like that, but for 1987, 88, whatever, pretty impressive. Now, here's the main screen, the main play screen. It's not totally filled out because Howard Finkel here is doing his thing, announcing the championship match and all that. See, his mouth's moving some, but it's really not animated. It's because it's static and in one place it looks like it's moving. The digitized footage is actually just refreshed frame rates and different pictures. Randy Savage and his pomp and circumstance, his valet or manager, Miss Elizabeth. It's pretty good. The music's right. Hogan's music's right. Tinny, like games of this era tend to be, not great, but it's definitely recognizable. Now Howard Finkel's going to announce Hogan. And anybody who doesn't know that theme, doesn't remember that song, you are definitely a newer generation, or you really have bad memory. There he is ripping off his shirt. It's pretty much perfect, really. And you get through that, which wasn't too long, and now the match starts. Now I'm going to pause it here, and you can see the main match screen here. It has Hulk on one side and Savage on the other. Those are the two players' menus. As you can see, let's use Hulk Hogan for example. As you can see under his name, you have his moves: head smash, wrist lock, stomp, punch, and elbow. And you can see a very narrow black line under that. Those are his level 1 moves. They all do 2 damage. And my guess is they probably all have the same chance of being pulled off. I don't know the exact engine or system, how the game determines who does a move and what are the chances and stuff, but even these had some problems. They weren't automatic, even though these are the easiest to do. So they've probably got about a 75% chance, maybe, of success. And like I said, they all have the same percentage chance, and they're all the same damage. So essentially, you could put one move there, and it would be the same. Why they didn't break these up and do slightly more varied moves and damages, I don't know. Because the only thing that differentiates them now is the digitized graphics, the footage that it shows whenever Hogan does a head smash or whenever he throws a punch. Other than that, they're identical. And if you pick one, you could have picked any other and it wouldn't matter. That's one of my gripes on that. Beneath that are 4 moves: the shoulder block, atomic drop, clothesline, and suplex. And these are your mid-range moves, level 2. They do 4 damage each, and I'm sure are exactly the same. Probably have about a 50 to 60% chance to use them flat. When your meter at the bottom here, when it fills up towards your direction, I think you probably have a better chance to use your moves. So these will go up when you get more strength or energy or whatever. When I can't remember, I think this is either your energy or this is your damage. I'm pretty sure it's your energy. And so you want to get some high energy, and you can use these 4 moves here. You can use them. You can pick them and about any time, and there's a pretty good chance they'll happen, but nothing like your level 1s.